Greetings, blue and white friends. Honestly, people haven't been very fair to Jaden Quaintance. I'll explain why, but first, subscribe to the channel and keep getting the latest news from the Cats. Jaden Quaintance, a transfer from Arizona State, and already considered one of the hottest prospects in college basketball, arrives on the show with an impressive resume and a determination that promises to redefine the team's defensive parameters. Although CBS Sports chose to leave him out of its list of the top 5 players at his position this season, decision largely attributed to the injury that sidelined him in recent months, there's no doubt that Quaintance has what it takes to prove his critics wrong once he returns to the court as a 17-year-old freshman last season. Quaintance already demonstrated a level of maturity and impact rarely seen in players so young, averaging 9.4 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks per game for the Sun Devils. He quickly established himself as a dominant defensive force and a name to watch on the national stage. Unfortunately, his meteoric rise was cut short by a torn ACL, a devastating injury that could shatter even the most resilient athletes. However, Quaintance is no ordinary player. His decision to transfer to Kentucky, coupled with his relentless mindset, suggests he is ready to overcome this setback and reach new heights. With Pope, Quaintance will find an environment conducive to regaining his best form and maximizing his potential. The coach has already expressed confidence in the center's return, predicting he will be available a few weeks before the start of SEC games if all goes according to plan. While he may miss part of the regular season, Quaintance's impact will be felt immediately upon his return. When that happens, Wildcats fans can expect a historic performance, consistent double-double averages, and leading block shot ranking, and an intimidating defensive presence that will make opponents think twice about trying to break into the paint. The comparison between Quaintance and Nerlens Noel, one of the most iconic defenders in Kentucky's recent history, isn't far-fetched. Like Noel, Quaintance combines size, instinct, and athleticism to become a virtually insurmountable barrier. He not only protects the paint, but also completely alters opponents' offensive dynamics, forcing constant adjustments and creating opportunities for quick transitions. This transformative ability is exactly what Kentucky needs to elevate its defensive level, especially after a previous season marked by inconsistencies in that regard. Quaintance's potential extends beyond what happens on the field. Projected to be a top 10 prospect in virtually every NBA mock draft, he carries the expectations of someone who could become one of the next greats in professional basketball. This, of course, only increases the excitement surrounding his arrival at Kentucky, even though the injury has temporarily delayed his emergence on the college scene. It also offers a unique opportunity for him to work on his physical and mental recovery. Preparing for a triumphant return, fans must be patient. It's true, recovering from an injury like the one Quaintance suffered is not something that can be rushed, and the process requires meticulous care. However, initial reports are encouraging. He is already making significant progress and, if all goes well, should return to the court by mid-December. When that happens, Kentucky will have on its hands not only an exceptional player, but someone capable of leading the team to memorable achievements. While some analysts may have underestimated Quaintance because of his temporary absence, true sports connoisseurs know that a player's value isn't measured solely by the number of games played or the statistics accumulated. It's about vision, determination, and the ability to overcome obstacles. Quaintance has demonstrated repeatedly throughout his young career. Kentucky basketball is about to gain a new icon, and Jaden Quaintance is destined to prove that projection lists and preliminary rankings don't tell the whole story, and that's what everyone hopes for too. Let's keep going. Mark Stoops' final stand. Year 13 is a test for the Kentucky program. The direction the Wildcats are heading isn't the direction they should be heading. In year 13, for a $9 million man, the Mark Stoops era at a crossroads can Kentucky's winningest coach rebuild his legacy. When Mark Stoops arrived in Lexington in 2013, the Kentucky job was widely considered one of the toughest in the SEC. A basketball school, a football graveyard, a place where good coaches went to humble themselves with the exception of Rich Brooks. Stoops changed that. Slowly but surely, he transformed the Wildcats into a program capable of winning 8 to 10 games a year, sending players to the NFL and earning national respect. In 2023, he became the winningest coach in school history, surpassing even Bear Bryant. Kroger Field was renovated, new facilities were built, and the program enjoyed a stability rarely seen in the SEC. But success in this league is fragile. One bad year can destroy years of goodwill, and Stoops experienced that reality last season. The offense faltered, the defense frayed and collapsed, and the team's confidence cracked. Kentucky looked more like the 2013 Wildcats than the 2018 or 2021 versions. Now entering his 13th year, Stoops is trying to convince Big Blue Nation that he can do it all again. I made a commitment to the team this year, no matter the situation. It's all gas, no brakes, Stoops said at the annual kickoff luncheon. I like the way they play. I like the way they care about each other. It sounds good, but BBN is growing skeptical. Vegas has already adjusted Kentucky's opening line against Toledo, reducing the spread from -9.5 to -7.5, a clear sign that confidence in Stoops' group is waning. When you're only a touchdown favorite at home against a MAC opponent, that doesn't equate to stability. The irony in all this, Stoops flirted with the idea of leaving 2 years ago. He nearly took the Texas A&M job before the Aggie fan revolt. Now, he finds himself in Lexington with a massive salary, over $9 million, annually, and the obligation to rebuild the program he built. Rebuilding is a generous word, however. Kentucky isn't starting from scratch, but the offense desperately needs an identity, and the defense needs to rediscover its edge. Above all, Stoops needs to regain the trust of a fan base that has grown restless. The August 30th game against Toledo won't define the season, but it will set the tone. If Kentucky struggles, the noise will grow. If they dominate, Stoops could gain the confidence he needs. Year 13 is about more than wins and losses. It's about proving that the Stoops era still has life in it. Otherwise, the foundation he's built may soon seem shakier than ever. We'll see how this plays out. Let us know your thoughts now.